Hi, this is the Afterlife discussion. I'm coming to make this video based off of a question that was asked of me, and so I decided to respond via video. The rest of the videos will come via visual because I really am not up to speaking in the rest of the videos. During the 5-day schedule, my voice has been quite a bit strained. But someone wanted to know if I have seen any new things during astral traveling, and I will say what I said in a video previously. I no longer do astral traveling, and the reason why is because it is very dangerous. At first, when I was doing it several times, I didn't realize the dangers that came from it until one time when I did it, and I explained this in a video. I had an astral projection experience that scared the jeepers out of me. And so with me having that experience, I began to research into astral projection, and that's when I found out that number one is dangerous to do. It is very, very dangerous to do because you could get stuck in the astral and never get back into your body. Even though they say, oh, there's an ethereal cord that protects you. No, they're not telling you the whole truth. You could do astral projection and they could keep you stuck in the astral realm. There was a video that I tried to put on YouTube, but for some reason YouTube would not let me put it on. I think I was able to get around that by changing or altering the video. And in that video, if I didn't put it on there, I will find it and put it on the channel some way, somehow. But in that video, a man talked about how this guy worked for the government and he did astral projection several times because the government wanted him to. And then on the last time that he did it, he got trapped in the astral by the evil entities, the malevolent entities that were there. And his body is still in a coma in this lab underground in the government, but his soul, which we all know as an Isby, is trapped. And so that's one of the reasons why I no longer do astral projection. Another reason is because of the fact that you're not traveling outside of the matrix. You're just traveling within the confines of the matrix when you're doing astral projection. You're not traveling to Pleroma to see, oh, hey, this is where Pleroma is. This is where everyone is. And you're not doing that because you are still connected to an ethereal cord. Despite the fact that you can get trapped there, but you are still connected to an ethereal cord that only allows you to travel so far. And so with the ethereal cord only allowing you to travel so far, you're not going to go outside the confines of the matrix during astral projection. And I know this because I've researched so many who have talked about them doing astral projection, but they never talk about going to Pleroma. They never talk about going to the highest realms because you can't get to the highest realms during astral projection. The only way that you can get there is when you actually go through physical death, which means you have no cord that's attached to you and it's your choice to go there. But for some way, somehow, the malevolent beings, they must be able to some way, somehow be able to cut that cord because, again, from what I have researched, you can get trapped there, which means you can get into a situation where you don't get back into your body during astral projection because you are trapped in the astral. And I believe, I don't know, I didn't ask Enki or Marduk or the Archons or the Reptilians or the Draconians how this process goes, but I believe that that happens because some way, somehow they cut your cord. Some way, somehow during astral projection, when you come across these beings and they feel they want to keep you, they cut your cord, severing you from being able to get back in your body, and that's how you get trapped. And this is why I say I no longer do astral projection. Lucid dreaming, yes. Astral projection, no. And I don't recommend anyone doing. I say if you've never tried it before, okay, do it maybe once, twice. Be careful when you do it the first or the second time. But after that, don't do it again. You know, if you never tried it before and you just want to get that taste of what it's like being outside the body, okay, do it once, maybe twice. But I don't recommend you keep doing it. Early on, when I first created this channel, I said, yeah, everyone should do it. Everyone should do it. But that's before I really got into the experience of what happens during astral projection. And then I researched what happens, what can happen during astral projection, which is you can get trapped. Dangerous things can happen to you. So, no, I don't do astral traveling anymore. And I don't recommend anyone else doing astral traveling anymore. And then lastly, I want to mention before I end this video, one of the subscribers had asked how would they be able to generate technology inside of your body through the digital ID. Well, as I said in the video that I made, the cell phones are already doing it. Your 5G cell phone, iPhone, Android, they're already doing it. They're already generating technology from the phone inside of your system. When you hold it, when you put it to your ear, when you sleep with it underneath your pillow and or with next to your body. And I don't know the process of how it does it. Well, it just seeps through. I don't know the exact process. I'm not a scientist, but I do believe that this is what's being done. And from a lot of the research that I've done, other people believe that as well, that they have this special technology, whereas through your 5G phones, they can emit radiation from the phone into you. And that radiation is not just regular radiation. It's a special technology radiation that can make you sick, that can change your mood, that can read your minds. And you say, how in the hell? I've heard people who have said, I was just thinking about buying furniture, open up my phone and there it is. How can that be? How can the phone read your mind? If your phone is sitting on the table and you're sitting way across the room on the sofa and you're thinking about furniture, you go to the table, get your phone, open up your phone, and there's furniture ads. There are furniture ads. How can that be? It's a special type of radiation technology that I believe is generating from that phone into you, that again can read your minds, that can make you sick. People have said, oh, I had to get rid of my Android, I had to get rid of cell phones, period, because it was making me sick. And I don't understand how, but every time I would touch it or every time I was in the room with me, it would make me sick. It's a special type of technology. And if you don't think that the government is able to have that special type of technology, think again. When they came out with the cartoon The Jetsons, they already had technology that was in the Jetsons. Way back then, they have the technology of teleportation, time travel. They have all of that. They've had it for years and decades. They are way, way, way ahead of us in technology, 4,000 years at least ahead of us. So if you think, oh, but they don't have that type of technology that can do that, think again, they do. And so they already have that type of technology in the cell phones. Now they're going to put it in the digital ID. You put your digital ID in your wallet, and with you having your digital ID in your wallet, the technology is going to generate from the wallet into your system, and it's going to change your DNA. And no, it sounds crazy, but I'm telling you, they have technology to do this. Just like the man in one of those countries, and he found the black goo in the woods, and the black goo was moving, and it came from some fallen comet or something like that, or some fallen spacecraft. And when he got it home, he looked on the camera and it was moving. And you would think, how in the world? No, what in the? It's not an animal. It's not an insect. What? But it's. I'm trying to think of the name of it. It's graphene oxide. Thanks to my mother, because my memory is kind of said graphene oxide. But people will say graphene oxide, but that's crazy. I mean, if it's moving, I mean, it is. No, I just can't believe that that's true. But it is. It is. And that came straight. Graphene oxide is a mixture of, well, scratch that. Graphene oxide is extraterrestrial technology. And so if they have that technology, and the government has graphene oxide all underground, secretly they have it. And so if they have that, you can imagine what they have in these cell phones and what they're going to put in these digital IDs. So yes, that's how the digital ID is going to change your DNA, even if you don't carry it, because the UK is saying, well, you don't have to carry it, you can leave it at home. Yeah, but even having it in your home, is going to send out, it's going to emit a type of radiation that's going to get inside of your system and is going to change your DNA, because that digital ID is not going to be the regular type of digital ID that you may be thinking of. It's not the ID like you have in your wallet now, your driver's license, your non-driver's license ID. It's not going to be anything like that. This is going to be a digital ID that will be 100% equipped with Enki and Marduk extraterrestrial technology. So that's how they are going to run it with this digital ID. It's going to change people. People who have it is going to change them. Why? Why is because the digital ID, it is the mark of the beast that Christians talk about. It is the mark of the beast. And you all know, you've heard Christians talk, yeah, praise the Lord. Now when people get the mark of the beast, they're going to change. And, you've heard them Christians talk. They're telling the truth, even though they're saying all the craziness, but they're telling the truth. Apologies, everyone, that's my microwave. But they're telling the truth. When people get the mark of the beast, they are going to change. Their minds are going to change. Their personalities are going to change. They are going to be of a hive mind. Just like when those people who took the thing in 2020, after they took it, they all changed. Anyone who didn't take it, they were the enemy. And they were just all of a hive mind. Well, that was the first level of the mark of the beast, because there are levels to the mark of the beast. It's not just one thing. That was the first level of the mark of the beast. This digital ID will be the second level. The third level will be digital currency. The fourth level will be the social credit system. And then all of that together will be a combination of the mark of the beast. And so in 2020, when they were getting the thing, they were changing then. No, you can't come in here. How dare you? You're not going to get it. How can, people who, even there was an actor, and I can't stand this actor. I can't stand him. I can't stand him. His name is Giancarlo Esposito. You may have seen him. He played in a whole bunch of films. He's Black, Spanish. I can't stand that man. Because he came out during 2020 and said, if you don't want to get, the thing, which he called it by name, if you don't want to get it, just go onto a deserted island somewhere and sequester yourself. And I'm like, who in the hell are you to tell somebody what to do? Like, who in the hell are you? But some washed up, not very good actor trying to tell us what we should do with our bodies. Man, piss off somewhere, But he took it. And when he took it, he took on that hive mentality of everyone who didn't take it, they're the enemy. And so many who took it, they took on that same hive mind personality of, hey, anyone who didn't take it, they're the enemy. I remember people were telling the people who didn't take it to die. Oh, I hope you all die. All of this. And they were all saying it. Everyone who took it, they were all saying the same thing. So that's how it's going to be when you get this digital ID. When you get this digital ID, you're going to have the hive mentality of everyone else who has a digital ID. It's going to be the second level of the mark of the beast, as Christians call it. And I want to say this before I end this video. A lot of people are saying, I'm not going to get it. Oh, no, mate, because it's happening in the UK right now. Oh, no, mate, I'm not going to get it. Oh, hell no, blame me. You won't take me getting it, no. And then they're going to go and take it. You know why I say that? Because they said the same thing in 2020. Oh, I am not getting this, the V. I can't say the name because YouTube. I'm not getting the V, no. I'd rather die than take it. And then they went and got it. Because they were threatened with, if you don't get it, you will lose your job. If you don't get it, you won't get food. You won't be able to go here or there. And they cowardly took it. This is how I know they want to get this digital ID. They may say, oh, I'm not going to get it. They're going to get it because they are cowards. I'm telling you right now, if it comes to the U.S., I don't care about, well, number one, I won't even be here. By the minute that it is announced in the U.S., I'm gone. But let's suppose if I were to stay, I don't care if they can take away my home, they can take away my car, they can say you can't go in this store, that store, you can't have food. I would rather die of starvation, even though I wouldn't want to die in that way because that's lower vibrational energy. But if I had to, I would rather die of starvation than to take that then to get that digital ID. No means no with me. But a lot of people, it doesn't. They're saying that. And these are the same people who said the same thing in 2020, but they went and got it anyway. It's nothing but talk. So if you say that you're not going to get this digital ID, you have to stand with it, because they are basing this digital ID being successful on your compliance. But if you do not comply, then they can't win. At least that battle anyway. So, I hope a lot of you all who are saying, oh, I'm not going to get this digital ID, oh, yeah, bullocks. I hope you all are keeping to that no, and not just saying it because it sounds good. But then when you start getting threatened with your livelihood, you cowardly just, cave in and take it. Because get it. Because it's not taking anything, but get it. Because I'm telling you, once you get it, you are never going to be the same. And I mean, you are never going to be the same in a horrible way. It is the second layer of the mark of, not second layer, it is the second level of the mark of the beast. And anything from the government, which is a part of Enki and Marduk, is not good. So this is what I wanted to say. And one last thing I do want to mention before I end this video. We're 3 days away from a shutdown. And I know I said in the video, I said, if the shutdown happens, I'm gone October 1st. But I was told, no, if the shutdown happens, wait to see where it leads. Then once the shutdown ends and they announce we have a digital ID or a digital currency or a social credit system, then that's when you make your exit. Because the shutdown could end and nothing could happen, which I highly doubt. It would have to be a total intervening from the beings, or the good beings out there. But I was told, no, do not. If the shutdown happens midnight September 30th, no, don't just exit then. Wait to see where it leads. And then if it leads to the digital currency, the digital ID, then that's the time to leave. Because then I'm telling you, because in the UK, they are not, right now they're saying you can't work in the UK. Well, you won't be able to work in the UK if you don't have the digital ID. Watch what I tell you. They're going to tie the grocery stores into it. You're not going to be able to go into the grocery stores unless you have the ID. You're not going to be able to have money in the bank unless you have the ID. You're not going to be able to go into this store, that store. You're not going to be able to drive. All that's going to be tied into it. And at that point, there's no way in hell you can function. That's the time for me to make my exit. And for everyone who's serious about the matrix and the reincarnation trick, that's the time for them to make the exit. So if the shutdown happens, I'm going to see where it leads. But if the shutdown happens and then after several days or weeks or months, we get into, which I doubt it go into months, but weeks, if it goes to the digital ID has come to the US, then that's when you will hear me say goodbye. Because I'm not staying 1 hour after that announcement, because there's no way in the world that those who are awakened can stay and live on this planet and not take that digital ID and function. So this is what I wanted to say. I hope you all have gotten some good information from this. And no, I cannot tell you how to leave. And I want to say this so people can understand this. No, please stop asking me, how should I do it? I can't give that information, because again, that borders on people. After a while, you'll have people thinking, oh, well, this is a cult. But that's what the leader of Heaven's Gate did. He took, well, look, we're going to take some, I think they took cough medicine or something. They took our pills. We're going to take some pills and we're going to lay down with Nikes. No, I'm not doing that, because this is not a cult. The knowledge about the reincarnation trick and the prison planet theory is not cult information. And when you start telling people, well, look, this is how you do it. Now you want to go ahead and get a rope. No, that borders on cult information. And I'm not going there. I am not even telling you, hey, you all should leave. You all should leave when this happens. When this happens, you all need to get out of here. I'm not telling you that. I'm just telling you what I'm going to do. And I'm telling you what your choices are. When it gets to the point where there's a digital ID in place everywhere, there's digital currency, there's social credit system, you have two choices. Either you can stay and comply and deal with all of the horrifying consequences of complying, or you can leave. But you are the one that has to make the choice. And if you make the choice for the latter, to leave, what I am saying is that you better be serious about that choice in every way, in the preparation, in the leaving, and everything of the sort. But no, I cannot tell you how to leave. I can't give you methods of how to leave. You all have computers, look it up. Because the minute I do that, the number two reason why is because the minute I do that, and let's suppose you do it, and then your family member, oh my, I can't believe, man, he left us. We have to find out who made him. Why did he want? And then he found that information. Oh, this woman here is the one that said it. And then I'll be all in the courtroom. No, I'm not. No, no, I'm not getting in that type of legal hot water. I'm not doing that. No, you have to decide for yourself your choice. Do you want, when this stuff starts getting worse, do you want to comply and stay here? If you do, that's your choice. Or do you want to leave the matrix? If you do, that's your choice. But whatever choice you make, you have to decide how you're going to make that choice, and what's going to be the details involved in it. I can't do that for you. So I hope you all understand that, because I saw questions on yesterday, and I saw one question asking that, and it was from a young person. I call everybody young, so if you're not young, everybody's young to me. Who said, I'm sorry if I'm asking this, because I'm stupid, I'm dumb, and I'm dyslexic. Stop saying that. First of all, stop saying that you're stupid. No one is stupid, well, except for the elite. But but none of us who are awakened are stupid. You have to start mining your words. When you say that you're stupid, what you're doing is you're putting loose energy. You're taking loose energy out of yourself and putting it right back into yourself in accumulation. You're not stupid. Yeah, you may be dyslexic, but I mean, that doesn't mean that you're stupid. No question that anyone asks is a stupid question. However, it may be annoying if I've already answered the question, but it's not a stupid question, and you shouldn't be made to feel stupid for asking the question. But to answer your question, no, I cannot give you any methods, and I won't give you any methods. I'm not getting in that legal trouble. Apologies. So with that being said, this is what I wanted to say. Thank you all for listening. Watch for the other visual videos that will come later today. A few of them. It's not going to be a whole lot of them, but a few of them. And leave your comments below. Continue to have a healthy discussion, a positive, constructive discussion about the reincarnation trick in the comment sections. And until next time.